Hey guys, it's Mr. S here. I'm going to be doing a project at my house where I'm doing an accent wall. So I figured the best thing to do would be through every stage of the project, I'm going to take a video, do a recording, and kind of show you guys what I'm doing. That way you can follow along and kind of see the process for when your significant other gets a Pinterest account and has great ideas for you to do on the weekend. So here we go. The first step is I went to Lowe's. It's a wood accent wall with a design on it. So basically, for any kind of trim or accents, I'm going to use 1x, right? We know that already. We've done that from certain projects like the dugouts. When we're trimming out the dugout, we use 1x and ripped it down. So this is going to be a similar process. I got a 1x4 here, select pine, and I'm just going to take it to the table saw and I'm ripping down. I divided 3.5 because that's the face dimension of this board here by 3, okay, because I want 3 even pieces. So that comes out to 1 inch and 5/32. So I take my tape measure, like we know to do, over here to the table saw, and I'm going to measure it off the blade. Sorry, I'm adjusting the camera so y'all can see. Okay, here we go. See how I'm going to pull tape? And I'm going to make sure that blade is 1 inch and 5/32 from the fence to the inside of that blade. So this side to the inside of the blade, okay? Because when we cut, the blade's going to take material out, so we can't count the blade in our measurement. The next thing we got to do is make sure that our fence is secure and square. Before we go ahead and fire this thing up and run boards down here, we got to make sure we have a square fence so that all the pieces that I rip have square edges. I don't want crooked, accent wall pieces. It'll look trashy. So in order to make it crisp, we're going to make sure that everything's square. So I got to get a speed square, and we're going to check that. Okay, got the speed square. Now that we have that, we're going to come over here to the table, put the square on the fence this way, and make sure that our square is flush this edge right here. Okay, so we want this edge to be flush up against here, and it's tight to my table. So I know I'm cutting at a true 90 because my square says this is a 90. Okay, and before we rip, we got to set our blade height, right? So we want the teeth to be just above my material. Okay, I don't need this much blade to cut a 1 inch piece. Okay, it's going to cause problems. It's inefficient. This is going to get you the cleanest cut right here. So we know we got to get the teeth just above our material, and that's a good setting for depth. And then the last thing we want to do is we got to make sure that we have our guard down over top of our blade. This is secure. Our material thickness guard is down. Once we have all of those things, and I have a pair of safety glasses, we're going to start cutting our wood. And remember, when we're ripping our wood, all we're trying to do is just make sure that we have smooth, constant pressure going forward, moving our piece down. That way we don't start burning the wood. And also I want to keep tight pressure up against my fence to ensure all the way down the length of the board, I'm getting the desired thickness that we set it to. Okay, so I'm going to run it down, rip down a piece, and that should be it for this video. Okay, we're going to wait for the saw to come to a full stop, and then we're going to go take the wood out the back. We got to pull it out that way because of the anti-kickback feed paws. Remember, those will catch the wood and mark it up real bad if we try to push it out towards us, bring the piece back towards us. So we carry all our pieces out through the backside, and that should be it. So if you guys noticed, I was just nice and smooth running it through. I let the saw stop before I do anything else, and then once everything stopped, I clear everything, clean the saw off, and that's how we do it.